From surgical to character EQs, in this video I'm looking at 11 of the best free EQ plugins available in 2021, and you'll be surprised at what you can get for free, as some of these could easily be premium paid for plugins, and the 9th one on the list is an absolute must-have. I'm Zane, welcome to Audio Tech TV, where it's my goal to help you conquer the tech so you can unleash your creative beast. Now, links to all of the free VST plugins mentioned in this video are down in the description, and first up on the list is the Ignite PT EQ-X plugin. This is a Pultec style EQ. It's actually 3 Pultec EQs in one. You get the MQ5, the PEQ1A, which is probably the most popular Pultec EQ, and you also get the HL3C, which is based on the HLF3C. This is a great sounding vintage style EQ that can add that Pultec smoothness to your tracks. The Ignite PT EQ-X is available on Mac and Windows. The next free EQ plugin on the list is TDR Slick EQ from Tokyo Dawn Lab. This is a nice clean EQ with 3 bands, and it has 4 different EQ modes: American, British, Soviet, and German. You get an auto gain option that compensates for the changes of perceived loudness. The user interface is extremely easy to use, and it includes some decent presets to quickly get you started. You can get TDR Slick EQ on Mac and Windows. Next up is Analog Obsession's G395A EQ. This one is based on the vintage Telefunken W395A, which is a German EQ from the 70s. This plugin has a nice clean user interface that's similar to the original hardware, and it's very easy to use. The low frequency is fixed at 60 Hz, the high frequency is fixed at 10K, and the mids are switchable from 700 Hz to 3000. And if you push the button up in the top left-hand corner, it puts it into oversampling mode. Analog Obsession G395A is available on Mac and Windows. The next free EQ plugin on the list is the Signal Noise SN04 Channel EQ. And I'm not really sure if this one's based on a specific hardware unit or not, but it does give you a classic feel, and it has an analog modeling mode that you can enable. It was designed so it can be used on every channel in your project, kind of like a virtual console. It's easy to use and pretty much gives you all of the controls that you would want in a channel EQ, plus it's light on CPU usage. The SN04 Channel EQ is available only on Windows at the moment. Before I get to the next free VST plugin on the list, I just want to ask if you're enjoying this video so far, getting some value out of it, can you please give it a thumbs up? It really helps my channel out and I appreciate it so much. Now, back into the free EQ plugins, and this next one is from Analog Obsession. This is Merica. This one is based on the hardware API 550A, and I love this style of EQ on so many things like vocals, guitars, bass, acoustic guitars, and drums sometimes too. Merica is an easy to use plugin. You have your band selector switches along the side, and you can control how much you want to add or take away with the knob right next to it. You also have a constant bandpass switch, just like the API hardware does. You can get Merica on Mac and Windows. The next free EQ is from Fuse Audiolab. This is the W2395C. This is a Bax Andal style EQ, and I think it's based on the 500 series EQ from Roger Schult German Audiolab. And Bax Andal style EQs can be a little more gentle and forgiving compared to the more modern EQs. The controls on this plugin are pretty straightforward, allowing you to really contour your sound easily. You can use the W2395C pretty much anywhere in your mix, and it can help to enhance the sound. Plus, it also has a drive knob that can add a little saturation into your tracks. You can get the W2395C plugin on Mac and Windows. Next on the list is Airshelf from Bertum Audio. This EQ focuses on the high frequencies. It allows you to add some air and sparkle to your tracks with a very easy set of controls. You have two knobs, Boost, which is a high shelf EQ centered at 20,000 Hz, and it has a very gradual response to give you a nice smooth sound that isn't harsh. And then there's the Tame knob, which controls some more complex things. It's kind of like a dynamic EQ and transient shaper all in one. This will allow you to smooth out your sound even more to ensure that there's no harshness while working with your high frequencies. Airshelf is available on Mac, Windows, and Linux.
Friday night and you're mad at me again. If you were the queen of hearts, I'd be off with my head, oh yeah. I don't know what I said, I don't know what I did, but you think I should be bowing to your feet, oh yeah. Friday night and it's off with my head if you're looking.
The next free EQ plugin is 7Q from Manda Audio. This is a simple 7-band, well, kind of 9-band EQ. It has 7 predefined bands with set Q curves, plus it has integrated high-pass and low-pass filters. You can use it in mono, dual mono, and stereo modes. It's a very simple, clean EQ that you can throw on pretty much any track, or every track, as it doesn't use a lot of CPU power to run it. You can get the 7Q on Mac and Windows. The next free EQ plugin is another one from Tokyo Dawn Lab. This is Nova. This one is a dynamic EQ that's housed in a parametric EQ interface. And I really like working with this style of EQ as it allows you to contour the sound however you like. Plus, this one gives you that full dynamic section so you can use it in even more situations. It also features a nice big spectrum analyzer to help you see the frequencies that you might want to focus on. There's also integrated high pass and low pass filters in there too. This one is an absolute must-have EQ plugin, and it's hard to believe that it's free. You can get the TDR Nova on Windows and Mac. Here's another plugin from Analog Obsession. This one is Rare SE. This is another plugin that's based on the classic Pultec style EQ. And Pultec style EQs can be very versatile and forgiving. Try Rare SE all over your mix. You can choose to link the left and right knobs together so any changes you make to one will happen to the other, which can be great if you want both channels to get the same effect. And this one also offers mid and side processing capabilities too. You can get the Analog Obsession Rare SE on Windows and Mac. This next free EQ plugin is another Pultec style EQ. This is Coffee the Pun from Acoustica Audio. This one can shine on vocals, drums, bass, acoustic guitars, pianos, and whatever else. It's designed to give you the authentic analog sound of germanium Class A transistors. In addition to getting a big sounding EQ, it can also add some nice harmonic saturation to your tracks too. This is a character EQ, so don't expect it to be a clean one. Coffee the Pun is available on Windows and Mac, and just so you know, you must install it through their free Aquarius Assistant program, and this plugin is a little on the larger size, as they've really captured the sound of the hardware with this one. Now, if you want to check out 50 of the best free VST plugins, including instruments and effects, click up here, or click down here to see what YouTube recommends. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating, and we'll talk soon.